everything I needed, nothing I wanted, everything I needed. Jocelyn, Hastie. He was short and tended to gluttony and obesity. His snores were once likened to the moans of a wounded bull. His hair was bright copper, and he lived up to every stereotype of the fiery redhead. Madam Contest Chair, my friends, Colorado was my first foal, one of the biggest loves of my life, and occasionally the bane of my existence. His mother was everything I wanted. She was sweet, and my very favorite color, a rich mahogany bay. I spent the 11 months of her pregnancy rubbing her tummy and hoping that she would produce a mini-me, a tiny replica of the beautiful horse that she was. He was nothing that I wanted and everything I needed. On June 24th, 1994, she finally delivered my least favorite color, and a boy. As I peeked around the corner and I saw him for the very first time, he lifted his little head and nickered. From that moment on, a big piece of my heart belonged to him. All of a sudden, a chestnut colt seemed perfect. Willful and expressive, he grew up to be a 900-pound spoiled brat. When the time came to put him under saddle, I knew I needed some serious help. So the local trainer was known as the horse psychiatrist, and that's the guy I went to. Colorado was a natural athlete, so after a while we hit the show ring. He loved an audience. When we rode through the entry gate, he grew in stature and carried himself with an arrogance that garnered attention. We became the team to beat, and in fact went undefeated for 2 full years at the Canadian national level and every show underneath it. His signature move? To perform beautifully throughout the competition and then prance, rear, and crow hop all the way out of the arena while wearing his neck ribbons. This embarrassed both me and the judge that had just made him a champion, but delighted his fan club, and a fan club he had. We competed together until he was 14 and indicated to me he no longer wished to participate. How? When the announcer instructed us to stop back 5 steps and stand quietly, Colorado stopped, back 2 steps, reared up on his hind legs, spun, and ran for the gate. I thanked him for his years of service and retired him to the pastures at my farm. 2 years later, I learned to partner with horses to coach people. To my surprise and delight, he volunteered and became exactly the equine partner that I needed. Not surprisingly, he believed all the clients were his, and if any other horse worked with them, he would kick the stall walls and give us all the evil eye. He became a master healer, the people whisperer, with a particular talent for holding space for people to process grief. 1,000,000 tears were cried into his mane. 2 years later, I needed him for myself when I was diagnosed with advanced stage cancer of the tongue. Colorado comforted and supported me through the rigors of chemo and radiation therapy. Then one day, I discovered some blood in his mouth. I was at Tom Baker Cancer Center when the vet called me with his report. Colorado has a tumor in his cheek. It's probably squamous cell carcinoma. That was the same disease my treatment was targeting. We got a couple of options. We can do surgery to remove and biopsy the tumor, but he's a little long in the tooth, so I think you might want to consider euthanasia. I did not think that my battered heart would survive the stress of losing him. I made the decision to do the surgery, and a couple of my friends came to the rescue. One could drive a truck and trailer, the other could deal with a redhead. A week later, we got the happy news that his tumor was benign. And Colorado continued to walk alongside me during the 2-year-long road to my recovery. My soul believes that our connection was such that he chose to stave off his own illness long enough for me to recover. Shortly after I did, his health began to fail. Last summer, his frail body could no longer accommodate his massive spirit, and I made the agonizing decision to release him from his pain. He is buried on the hill beside my barn, overlooking the horse pastures and the mountains. I give thanks every day for the tremendous gift of that 22-year partnership. I am aware now to keep in mind of the people that may not give me what I think I want, but instead exactly what I need. Madam Contest.